And test, test, test. It looks like we are good to go. Hey everybody, thanks for joining me for the second time tonight. I know it's second time today, I should say. It's definitely been a busy one. As of course, as soon as I start saying hello, Loki wants to say hello as well. I will show you guys Loki here. Sorry again, they still haven't fixed up the mess from the flooding here, but whenever they get to it, I'll let you know. Loki says hello. He's he's trying to get the toy to me, so I'll play with the toy. And then come here. There you go. I don't know. Maybe he can look at you guys. You can see how dirty his toy is from though. He got it, but he kind of caught it with his paws. Good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy. But anyway, happy to see all of you guys back here. We're going to be talking about a bunch of stuff here tonight. It'll be probably a good 45 minute to an hour stream. I'm not going to keep you guys too long because I know a lot of you guys are probably watching football on your main TVs and maybe me on the phone. But a few things here, talking about what happened today, what's happening tomorrow in the CPI report, some things that you guys might want to be aware of, and just a continuation of what we talked about earlier today. Because earlier today we did some of those live trades, and I thought they worked out pretty well. Let me go back over here, start showing some of these charts, and we should be good to go. Hey, Alan Time, Rumeko, and hey, Bideford, hope you guys are doing well. Let me follow up, I guess, on the first thing from, that's the most important thing that I want you guys to remember here. A couple things here, really. I'll like pull up those charts. CPI data, release dates. Excuse me. I just finished up some dinner here. So tomorrow we have CPI data coming out early morning. I am not going to be awake for that. I am going to sleep in because I've been going to bed late every night and I still have not found a way to get out of that system here. So keep an eye on that because that's really going to determine if Bitcoin has like a $2,000 plus day or a negative $2,000 plus day. It's really going to be what does CPI tell us. The forecast right now, or excuse me, the current inflation rate is about 3.2%. Everybody's hoping that it gets down below 3%. Jesus. CPI rate, trading, economics. Let me see if I can find that for you guys here as well. It's usually not the first one I click. Second day inflation rate. Yeah, there you go. We're hoping to get down below 3%. Right now, according to Trading Economics, the consensus is 3.1%, so only the tiniest have ticked down. I'm hoping we can really just get back to at least 3 or 2.9. Anything below 3.1, it looks like it's going to be just fine. Let's see, forecast. Yeah. So if we can just get a tick above where we need to be, I'd be very happy about that. I think Bitcoin would see that as a relief and see Bitcoin actually soar as we try to bounce off of this 20-day moving average here. Now, before I start going on a little bit further, we did have a bounce at that 20-day moving average. I told you guys earlier today that if you guys were going to buy, the aggressive buyers would be buying right here. We did a day trade here. Funny enough, I sold too early as always, but I was trying to do an open and shut trade while I was streaming. And basically, we bought right here and we sold right here for a good, like $260 something profit within like a, 45 minutes or something. It worked out. So I was happy about that. But my original price target, if I had more time, I told you guys was 41,500 to 45,600. And of course, even if we managed to hit that level during the time, I would have sold obviously. But remember, I ended up selling too early, even if I went with my initial strategy here. So maybe next time I'll just hold it instead of closing it live during stream. But so far we've blasted through some of those short-term levels that I had for myself and my trades. At this point, I'm still not buying into a lot of crypto. I told you guys I'm not going to be taking the aggressive mode. I know a lot of you guys different opinions, different ways of trying to tackle this. I'm pretty much just going to consolidate or watch the consolidation happen. And the big reason being that CPI data, I can go long right now, but tomorrow in the next 12 hours, Bitcoin could be down like $2,000 from where we are right now. I don't really want to take that chance, which is why, especially because I told you guys I'm gonna be asleep during the CPI report. I don't want to gamble with this one. Tomorrow, after we have a little bit more data coming in from CPI, and I can see where the charts are lining up, I could tell you guys a little bit more passionately or logically which way I think we're going to be going. But if we do have a really bad day tomorrow, you're probably going to see us come back down to at least retest that support level, kind of around $40,300. From there, it'll really be up to bulls and bears having a battle, because if we do start breaking down below this 40,300 level, we're probably going to be going back to the high 37s, probably 37,000, 38,000. I'd probably just say, hey, look at this 50-day moving average. That's probably our next level of support. I know we have a level of support right around here, close to 38,000, but I would bet that we actually wicked down a little bit more, and that's kind of the scary thing for people that are going long here. So just make sure, as always, you guys have your stop losses, and I think you guys should be fine. There are a few things that are popping off besides all the craziness, and I'm not talking about relief rallies. I'm talking about they're still going strong despite what Bitcoin did yesterday and partly last night. That one's going to be AVEX. You can see they had a big drop down, but buyers came back in and it continues to pump. I know we talked about possibly waiting for different breakouts, and that's the best way. These breakouts have been okay. You see the change of character there, the break of structure on the 15-minute chart. I'm still going to say 1 hour chart, 15-minute chart. If you're day trading right now, that's probably going to be the best play for you. If you're looking at more consolidation, a little bit longer term things, for me, it's still going to be the 4 hour on the daily charts here. 1 hour chart on AVEX. You can see that breakout that happened right here. It came back down a little bit, but that breakout held on and it continued to move higher, especially after the MACD turned over. And you had a slight crossover here. I wouldn't have probably trusted this all too much if we didn't have the break of structure here to kind of guide us, just because we were already getting close to overbought territory here for the stochastic indicator. 4 hour chart, still overbought. MACD still bullish, but you know, it was slowing down a little bit till we had this pop here about 8 something hours ago, so let that be. And of course the break of structure we talked about earlier today, actually, how that was working out, but that was showing up. It hadn't been confirmed just yet as well. So let me hop back over here. We're seeing Bitcoin go back up on the 4 hour chart. I like it. You know, we really haven't had enough to really change this overall trend that we've seen since the last 24 or 48 hours. So I'm not really going long here. Like I said, I'm just passive, waiting and seeing how this is going to play out. One of those things that may make you more interested is the stochastic still hasn't crossed back over just yet. Let me bring up the traditional stochastic because I got my personal one over here with the 2155 settings. This one has already crossed over. And it crossed over. Well, it'll be a confirmed crossover in 38 minutes once this 4 hour chart closes. Mine is definitely a little bit more lag there. Let's go to the 2 hour chart. Had the crossover here. That one's looking okay. MACD hasn't crossed over yet. That's a concern, but it's getting closer here. And you might actually see the 2 hour chart, the confirmation happening. But I only see a little bit more upside for if you're buying right now for Bitcoin, unless you guys are looking to hold for the news coming out tomorrow. Day traders are probably picking other stuff to invest in besides Bitcoin right now. A little bit of an overview of what's been going on here. Dogecoin finding its way back above that Fibonacci level. Ethereum not doing so much right now. Ethereum is something that if you want to trade something with a higher leverage, I might be looking at Ethereum. But at this point, it's had a small move back up, but percentage-wise, it's only up about 0.5%. Bitcoin's up almost 1.5%. Ape token's up 1.5%. You know, ADA is up 2%. Bonk is up 7%. Dogecoin's up 3%. Ethereum's underperforming a lot of other assets out there, and I think it's just because it's run back into this level of resistance over here. I'm hoping that if Bitcoin can at least consolidate for maybe another few hours, you might have the opportunity here to see Ethereum have a quick pop, and that pop may be something I'm looking for. Hourly charts already had those crossovers back over here. It looks like, yeah, I would say one of the two before it broke above 102 right. Let's see. Confirmed right there, the MACD. So it'd be right here. So you missed out. You would have missed out on this initial pop, but it's been grinding higher. So there's been some trades here, but unfortunately, it hasn't really. Well, let me see. Maybe it just popped a lot yesterday. So if we trade up here at the end, yeah, you're up like 0.68%. It's not really something I'd feel happy about. If you're like trading again with a higher leverage, like a 50x leverage, something, sure, then you're up maybe like 30-40%. That's fine, but that would require a higher leverage. So not everybody wants to take a chance on that, especially because you'd be hoping that Ethereum would be moving up a little bit more, especially since Bitcoin's finding a way to get back up here, even if it's consolidating now. The majority of altcoins at this point are moving up quite a bit. I was looking at some altcoins to invest in a few minutes ago. Let me hop back over here. Last 1 hour, EGLD, that's up 5%. Optimism's up 5%. FTM is up a little bit. AVAX, we talked about that. Helium and so forth. But really, there's still a lot of tokens that are up a lot today. KuCoin, Injective, Immutable, AVAX, Render, Optimism, BitTorrent is still moving up here. And I told you guys I'm probably going to sell some of my BitTorrent because I don't know what the hell they're doing with that restructuring here, but they're still finding a way to move up. Celestia is up quite a bit, or 15%. Let me zoom in here for you guys a little bit. So there's still opportunities. I'd rather be day trading these instead of Bitcoin, instead of Ethereum. And there's a bunch of them on every single page, like, you know, the top 200 market caps, top 300 market caps, you know, 200, 300, 300, 400, 100 to 200. Those are really where I'm thinking that I would probably rather put my money where my mouth is, so to speak. All right, let's go back over here. As far as Bitcoin's concerned, it's consolidating, hoping to make another move back up here. I'm watching it closely. Day traders are probably going to have a lot more fun. To me, personally, again, like I said, with day trading, I did my day trade for the day. I made a little bit of money, not as much as I wanted to, obviously. But when I make this specific trade, when the crossovers are happening, all that type of stuff, breaking above the 20 moving averages, I tend to like to buy low because then I have my stop loss and I know exactly what I'm willing to lose. Now, if I buy up here, that stop loss is probably going to be kind of tight around here on 41,584 or all the way down here at 41,192. I'd still say, hey, I'm looking to go into it, I would say. Short term, though, you guys can see this on the 15-minute chart, just that little bit of a trend line here. We're pushing it. We need just to go up a little bit higher, but I think we're getting close to where we have to do a little bit of consolidation for a little bit before moving back up. We'll keep an eye on it, but I'll keep this here just so we can kind of have fun and watch to see what happens with Bitcoin. But yeah, I'm not making any trades right now. The day trades I do is usually after we hit that support level and we're looking to bounce. A lot of stuff looks like that. Day traders, I'd say preferably KuCoin, Injective, Immutable, AVEX. Those things that are still managing to boom after everything that's been done. Those are what I'm going to be looking at because the momentum is there. A lot of traders are over there. And so it's going to be easy to get your liquidity. And just a matter of fact, there's a lot of people on social media still pumping the shit out of some of those tokens over there, despite what Bitcoin's been through over the last, of course, 24 hours. And I mean, you can barely see it because it makes all this stuff look like nonsense, but it was a pretty extreme drop that Bitcoin had, where in a matter of 15 minutes, it came all the way down about 7%. You know, don't forget about the hours afterwards, but yeah, it's just it's been a pain to watch here slowly. There we go. All right. Hey GT, happy to see you back, man. I hoping it crashes so I can buy more. Hey DZ. I mean, that's what everybody's really been hoping for so far, because we've been talking about these like dipping opportunities and things like this. For me, I was more talking about like, hey, eventually this gravy train is going to end. We really don't know the exact time as always, but when it does come down and you guys are looking for longer term holds, don't be afraid to buy some up. But I think, you know, for the traders out there who are looking to buy low, sell high, and maybe hold it for, you know, anywhere from a few hours to a few weeks here, there's different levels of aggressiveness. I told you guys today, I said if you're an aggressive trader, you're buying right here, right now. In hindsight, it was a good play. Not all plays are, you know, end up being good, but in hindsight, it ended up working out so far. But again, it depends on if you're doing a day trade or a swing trade or what have you. The reason that I'm not really going into the swing territory right now is just because of CPI data. If there was no CPI data coming out tomorrow, excuse me, geez. I'm going to slow down the way I'm talking right now because I'm talking too fast and I think I'm swallowing air or something. You know what? I'm buzzed off a cigar. That's what it is. Sorry. I got my new cigars in the mail finally, and oh my gosh, the Maduro 90th anniversary Padron. It is good. But yeah, so if there was no CPI, I might have taken some of those more aggressive trades. I decided because of that to take a scalp, and that scalp was a tiny play. We ended up, well, I don't have the window open so I can't find it, but we held it for like 30 minutes or something. It ended up making me like close to $300 almost, and that was good enough for me. I just wanted to show you guys my strategy when I trade it. But you can see right here, I would have had to wait how many more minutes for the next pop? Yeah, I would have had to wait another 3 hours, and I was not going to be streaming for 3 hours waiting for a pop to kind of show up here. But technicals are still looking good in the short term. 1 hour, still bullish. 2 hour, about to turn bullish. 4 hour, still bearish. Daily, still bearish. All right, and the MACD just crossed over today. The MACD for me isn't really the biggest thing here, just because of all these crazy volatile times that we've had. you'll see the MACD's crossed over quite a few times, and it hasn't had a huge effect on the price of Bitcoin. Maybe that's just because I have the standard one, and you guys know sometimes like to have a little bit more lag. But in this circumstance, I would be using that 12, is it 12.26.9? I think it is. Let me double check. Yeah, 12.26.9. I'd be using those settings, the standard ones, basically, just because they usually work pretty well on the 4 hour, the 1 hour, the 15. I don't want to have two MACDs over here. The MACD on the 1 hour, though, the 15-minute chart, that seems to be slowing down just a tad. Last time it slowed down, it did come back down quite a bit. Hopefully that doesn't take us down to new low territory, but that's why I drew that trend line there, just so you can have an idea of what's going on, because I would be like, maybe the golden cross can help us, but it didn't do squat for us last time. Alrighty, probably best to just zoom in on this, and if you guys have any questions about any particular coins, excuse me guys, I'm happy to talk about anything right now. We've already covered the majority of it during the middle of the trading day, when we're doing our live trades around like 1 o'clock, I guess. But yeah, just patiently waiting and watching to see how this comes back up. I won't be concerned if we dip down below this trend, but if we start breaking back down below like the $41,000 mark, that's when I'm gonna be like, huh. Aggressive traders are either going to come in again, in which case I probably might buy in higher low situation, but expect to be out of the trade within, by the time that happens, maybe like 8-10 hours, because I don't want to be holding or gambling on anything up until the CPI report comes out. I want to play this as safe as possible, because CPI, while it doesn't always lead to crazy volatility right during the announcement, there's like a little bump, a little drop, something like that. Really, the effect happens right afterwards, like the day after or a few hours after, and we just start chugging like crazy in one direction or the other. Once we get that CPI number, I'll be much more inclined to say, oh yeah, I'm buying here or I'm shorting here, so to speak, right? And hey, Kenny G, I'm not selling any Bitcoin until 2030. That is an adamant goal. I'm gonna sell my Bitcoin a lot earlier than 2030. But I do long. So I have long term, which I'm not selling until I'm like in my 60s or 70s. But then a lot of it, I just sell each cycle to cycle. That's usually my favorite way to go about it. But dollar cost averaging this last cycle was crazy, because like you want to buy more, but then you have to put that Bitcoin into an off cold wallet, cold storage, because I was afraid of every exchange going off the getting taken out. Because like after Celsius, after FTX, after a bunch of other exchanges, BlockFi, was it BlockFi, or was it Voyager was one of them? I was just like, I want to buy Bitcoin, I want to take it off as soon as possible. What's right here? I only buy sats. Nice and zen right now. And hey man, am I in or out right now? I'm out of most of my positions. I mean, I have my long-term things, but I'm not buying anything here, not at all, just because of the CPI data. We did a day trade earlier, that worked out, but besides that, nothing. If I was to trade right now, I wouldn't be buying Bitcoin. I'd be doing a lot of other altcoins and things like that to have fun. Bitcoin right now, it's been moving up, but like my strategy when I bought earlier today was to buy over here, right? That first change of character that we see. And then from there, it was to hold until 41,500 or 41,600. Now, I was ending the stream, so I was like, okay, let me see. And I sold right up here towards the top of this little wick, if you guys can see that. Let me get rid of this thing that goes to the mouse here. But, I wasn't going to stream that entire time. I was hoping that it might work out. But, let me see if I can find this for you guys very fast. Doopity boopity boo. My channel. Live. Okay, so. Oh yeah, we went over the crypto bill, didn't we, earlier? Where was that? Trying to find the precise moment I closed that trade, but yeah, because Give me a minute here. It's more of YouTube loading. Yeah, so I bought like right here. We are waiting. Answering questions. It was breaking out. I don't know where it was. Was it not showing up on the window when I sold it? Honestly, I have no idea. That's interesting. Because normally if I pull up another window, it pops right up. Well, if you were here earlier, I guess you saw, but I hate not being able to find it here on the stream. Oh, wait, there's something. Yeah, there's something right here. Okay. Sorry. There we go. YouTube, you're failing. Oh, I mean, not look at this and let's just go to 1080. Maybe that makes it a lot faster than 4K. I always forget that I stream in 4K, but I want you guys to be able to see the quality of like what all the numbers and stuff on my screen. There we go. Yeah, 265, and then we basically just sold right there, or a little bit later. Not important, but yeah, it was that short little trade right there. At this point, I think we can go a little bit higher, but it's just not worth my time at this point in order to go long. I prefer to go swing trading, and this environment is not good for swing trading whatsoever. I'd probably make my bets tomorrow and see how they go. Until then, I think the day trading is probably going to be my best bet, but again, something on altcoins. What's the all-time high you think SHIB can go to? Oh, SHIB is a weird one because it just... Yeah, let's go back to the weekly charts. This will give us a better understanding. This thing gave back all the gains from the bull run. I mean, like every single gain, it gave it all back. You know, when it comes to SHIB this time, I still own quite a bit of it. I'm going to buy more of it over the next few months. But, you know, if it just goes back up to all-time highs, that's a cool 831%. I don't know if it's actually going to reach above that at this point because, normally you'd like to see some type of support level. It breaks out, it goes to all-time highs, then it comes back down, but it doesn't go all the way back down to where it was before. So, I'm a little bit more cautious on this. I haven't heard much news about what they've been doing to grow as a company, but I would say I'd be happy if it just went up close to all-time highs. I don't know if it's actually going to break above that anytime soon or just even in the next bull run. They haven't shown much overall growth, I think, as a company. But I haven't been following them all too closely. I would probably say cool 700 to 800% from where we are right now. Maybe for what the lows here might be over 1,000%, but yeah, probably not going to be betting on a tens of thousands of percent type of thing, because even if we go back over here, it's still at a $5.5 billion market cap. Sure, it can go higher, but it's not like a low market cap token that can just fly to the moon, so to speak. It still has a high market cap, and that market cap is going to become a hindrance when we want to start seeing things go parabolic time after time after time. That's why I'm not saying that Dogecoin is going up like to $5, $10 this cycle, but I can see it getting up to at least $1, $1.25, something like that, the max. Same type of thing with SHIB. But SHIB, again, it gave back all those losses where things like Dogecoin, even as low as it came, it's still well above the, Dogecoin's still above a penny after all said and done. ADA, it's still above, 11 cents at the end of the day, even though it went down to 23, it came close, but it's still above it. Ape token's probably something different there. But I'm loading up on Ape token personally. The more I kind of just see, okay, this thing can really go high. The huge NFT crowd is still getting amped up again. I'm going to see if this thing can go parabolic down the road. So I have some longs on here just in case. But like if Ape token goes back up to all-time highs, that's 1,500%. But again, it's a higher market cap token. I'm really focusing on those parabolic ones being 100 to 500 million territory. There are a few that are like under 100 million that I own, but there's only like a handful of exchanges, and so I don't want to open up a new exchange every time I want to buy a token. So it just has to be on like right now it has to be on a crypto.com or a Kraken, and maybe a Coinbase, but I don't buy spot on Coinbase. I don't like it. What time do you think you'll be back on YouTube going over your trades based off the CPI news? I'll probably wake up around like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. And that's going to be like 3 hours or something after the CPI data comes out. Probably around closing time of the market tomorrow. So if you're on the East Coast, it's going to be way later in the afternoon. Unless there's something really big happening with cryptocurrency. So like a Bitcoin is down like $2,000 or $3,000. Maybe I'll hop in like 10 o'clock hours. But what I've realized for me is this. Nobody watches my streams when I stream early. Nobody watches them. Well, very few people watch them. So I pretty much given up on it. Maybe if the market turns around a little bit more, we may see some more optimism, or I may like be more optimistic about it. But you know, my average stream right now, like it's later at night, it's football night, views around 60 people watching. The last time I went live around like 9 o'clock my time in the morning or 10 o'clock, I think I had like 10 to 20 people. And I was like, and that happened for multiple times when I went early. Nobody really watches it all too much. Maybe on CPI days it is, but you know, I just feel like it's not worth it even if I get 100 people in the morning, because I'm waking up at like 5. I've got to wake up at like 4 o'clock, get dressed and everything, take a shower, yada, yada, yada. And then hop on for a 5:30 a.m. announcement. And then, you know, hardly anybody is watching that. So I typically don't like to stream too much in the mornings. Afternoons, it seems like people are more aware. They typically will want to hop on and listen to me talk, and we'll have a good conversation. But something about mornings, I think everybody's just tired and nobody wants to chat. And usually when the chats stop in a stream, I've kind of just said, hey, when nobody has any questions or nobody wants to talk about anything, it's probably a good idea for me to just end this stream instead of me just kind of ranting on, because then I can go, you know, work on that course I've been talking about, or I can go work on video games, or I can go smoke a cigar. You know, I just finished smoking a cigar literally before the stream started. So, you know, probably close to afternoon my time. So that's going to be 3 o'clock Eastern time, or at the earliest probably, maybe 4 o'clock Eastern time, something around there. And hey, Alan, what platform am I using for leverage trading? Right now there's a few. So at this point, it's going to be Fairdesk and BitUnex. BitUnex is fine. Fairdesk I like the most. They're both really good. They're just not as large as other exchanges. So usually I'm trading Ethereum or Bitcoin. When I'm trading lower market cap tokens, they have like maxes that I can do. So like, I can't put $5,000 long on Ape token with a 20x leverage, because then it'll be too much liquidity. They don't like it's too much for me to buy basically. Like they have it for me to buy, but it'd be too much of it'd be raising the price up too much. They want to make sure the exchanges so they want to keep their prices at a good fluctuation. If you're looking for something larger, KuCoin is something, Binance is something, of course, but those aren't available in the United States. I mean, I used to say BingX. They sponsored the channel at one point, but BingX is no longer allowed in America. BingX is like Canadian or something. So right now, I'd probably say Fairdesk or BitUnex. I'm going to put out I think MEXC is one too. I haven't looked at MEXC in a long time. I was going to do a video on Gate.io, but Gate.io, they're making a US version, but it's not live just yet. But Gate.io I think is a good one as well. If you are not in America, yeah. And you guys can't see it up here. There's like this little red line. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, there you go. There's this little red thing up here. It basically says your IP and nationality indicate that you are located in a country or region where MEXC services are restricted. According to MEXC's terms of service, MEXC does not provide services to users in the country/region where you are located. If you have any questions, kindly contact MEXC customer service. All right. So I can't actually use this, but if I go over here to futures overview, trade now. Does it make me, can I, okay, yeah. This is all, oh Lord. If I have to do that every single day, that'd be wild. But there you go. You got, oh, let me zoom in here just so you can see a little bit easier. Okay, this is a whopping 300% zoomed in. There we go. You get all these, right? And this is what I want Fairdesk to be one day. Oop, I get down to the bottom, but a lot. So if you're not living in the United States, you're a lot better off in finding opportunities. Right now, America is not letting the free market work, and it's painful. It's painful. I want to have more exchanges, not less, because I want more people to find the exchange that they like. There's another one that I was in talks with. I haven't heard back from them, but it's called like ZoomX or something. I think isn't. Hold on a second here. I don't know if Tom Crown got sponsored by them. Not CNBC television. Okay, where is it at? Tom Crown. Femex, Lux Algo. Oh, Femex maybe. I don't know if is Femex. Oh, I did not type that right. This one's not giving me any blocks, so Femex may be something right there. I don't know how many trades this one has. Markets. Let's go contracts. This one has a decent amount. It doesn't have a slidey tool, so I can't see. But this one seems okay. What the heck? Loki, stop. Loki's making noise over here, and I can hear it through the mic. Yeah, don't say sorry to me after that. But yeah, so Femex may be one of them. I thought he got sponsored by something else. Bull Super Cycle or Bull Trap. I'm on one of his videos. There you go. No, he only has Femex on here and Lux Algo. He doesn't have any of the links. Bitcoin Super Cycle on. This is his opinion of Tom Crown. Journal purposes only. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, seems fine. Oh my God, Tom has merch now. I don't know. I've never been much of a merch guy because the what do you call it? The margins are not there for me on that one. But I think if you make enough of it, they can get the price down. A little bit of Shark Tank knowledge there, right? And hey, DZ, where can I buy Ape at? Crypto.com, Kraken seem to be good places. If you ever have a question about exactly where you could buy a spot token at, just go over here to coinmarketcap.com, type in Ape or whatever token you're looking for, and oh, that is not the token I'm looking for. ApeCoin, there we go. And then there's a little tab right here that says markets, and Binance, Coinbase, Exchange, KuCoin, Binance, Kraken, another bunch of Coinbase, right? Bitfinex, you know, stuff like that. Things like that are going to be your best bets, and it gives you an opportunity to see. Sometimes it's missing stuff, that's okay. But then you can go by spot, perpetual, and futures. Oh, there's no futures. Oh, that's interesting. But yeah, that's the best way to do it as far as I know. There, I go put my pretty head back on here. And hey, Monster, as far as Ape token, I'm pretty optimistic that it will get back to all-time highs. After that, I think it can go up a little bit more. But Ape token is one of those tokens where let me open up one of the base charts for Bitcoin. There's not really much here. Let's take off that. Let's take off that. Let's go with the 8 Bitcoin one. Let me just do a couple tests here. So this one shows ApeCoin coming onto the market in March of 2021. It's gonna be March of 2022. Bybit, March of 2022. Again, nothing crazy there. Ape, Coinbase. Just seeing if that's really when it came out. Yeah, it seems like it pretty much all came out then. It had one of those weird things where, yeah, one of those weird things where basically it came up towards the end of a bull market, and ever since then it's just been crashing and crashing and crashing and crashing, and you know, of course, lots of other crashing. I'm optimistic it can get back up there just because of the community around Ape Token. This is one of those communities that has a massive social media following, and it's so oversold compared to a lot of other tokens out there. Let me go over here, yeah. So a couple things. The websites, it's made properly. They talk about the governance, proposals, discussion, whatever. You can buy them, and you can go over here to the marketplace, and they have a lot. Personally, I don't see the value of their NFTs or most NFTs in general. However, the market likes them. So as long as people continue to buy these and love these things for whatever reason, I expect the price of Ape Token to go up in the future. And, you know, say what you will, it's a business. And they found a way to monetize this NFT thing. So I'm going to trust that their coin price, so to speak, is going to be going up over time. Let me see what the most expensive price high to low. I mean, you know, they got they got tokens worth like 7,000 Ethereum. Well, that's what they're being listed as, probably. I don't know how this works out. Ape staked. Oh, is this 10,000? Is this whatever? Is that $16 million? Shouldn't there be? I'm trying to figure out if they have a chart showing the price of the asset. I don't. You know, this is the ApeCoin marketplace. This is not the This is not OpenSea. So let me go over here to OpenSea. Let's go over here to Ape. The fuck did I do? I use Open. There's OpenSea Pro. Oh, all right. How would I feel if I could know? Not disappointed. I don't know. Okay. I don't know. Why is it asking me all these questions? It's like it doesn't want me to actually use the website. Oh, no, they just opened up some other thing. Okay, there you go. Oh, maybe I clicked this on accident. It might have been my bad, actually. Price high to low. Now we might be able to track everything going on here. Price history. So this is it. That's all it gives me. So it was sold for 9.5 Ethereum. Now they're trying to sell it at almost 7,000 Ethereum. You tell me the logic of that. There was a couple sells. I mean, a couple buys. But I don't know if anybody was buying there, if it was fake buying, you know, because it's gone from 74 Ethereum to 65, and I don't know, now it seems 7,000. Yeah, it just seems a little wonky. But people are, well, let me go back over to it. People are still buying it. There's still people trading this every single day. Activity. Right? Now it's died down just like the price, but you're seeing an uptick over the last few months. That should give it some juice here down the road. But even back in 2021, 2022, you know, a lot more selling going on. Sale $65,000, $64,000. I mean, it's all happening over the last few hours, so take it as you will. But I do think it has a long, it can definitely come back up. And if you look at the way it was now, all up here, that's about a 1,500% increase. It's not going to go, you know, thousands and thousands of percents, but it can still get you a great return. And especially I'm taking my opportunities here to do, taking a chance on it, and I think it'll perform well. And hey, Ave, Loki, where you at? He's not in his bed. I don't know where he's at. Loki! He might come skedaddling here. Loki. I hear click clacking. Amir. Oh, look at you being a good boy. Yeah. Well, somebody knows what he wants, that's for sure. Yeah. But see, he has so much hair. You're a good boy, aren't you? Thank you. He says hello to everybody. He's probably, oh, I just fed him dinner before I came down here, so he has a moral dilemma. Does he stay by me and sleep at my feet, or does he go upstairs and eat? Right now it seems like he wants to go upstairs and eat. ExpressVPN has been the answer for me to be able to trade on Fimex and leverage trading. I mean, so I can't condone it as a YouTuber, but there's a lot of people who just say, hey, I used an exchange back in the day and I really do enjoy it. And I have been using a VPN or something to get around the regulations because they're kind of stupid regulations. I can't tell you not to do it, not gonna tell you to do it. What do you call it? A lot of people do it, and I mean a lot of people do it. And you know what I've noticed is a lot of people have been just moving abroad, and they have access to trade while they're over abroad, and they use another American exchange when they come back. You know, it is what it is. America's not doing themselves any favors by blocking all these exchanges, that's for sure. And hey, Gus, as far as Dogecoin, I mean, yeah, there's still a good chance it could probably come back down, but I don't think Dogecoin right now is something you really have to dollar cost average into. You know, I think eventually Dogecoin will go back up, but when you're like probably close to like 50% down right now, I would just wait and not risk adding more to the bag, because if you risk more to the bag, what happens if Dogecoin continues to like slide down here over the next few weeks as Bitcoin maybe has a chance to slide back down, right? I'm typically like, yeah, put that money towards low market cap tokens and see where those go. You'll probably have a better return because, you know, Dogecoin will most likely hit 21 cents again. I'm pretty confident when I say that. But, you know, the max I see Dogecoin going is maybe up towards $1. And I'd rather see just what I have go to $1 instead of adding more to it. But I'd rather just be like, you know, I'll buy some low market cap tokens around $500 million market cap and I'll see where they go next. I'm still waiting for Robinhood to try to add more tokens, but I don't think Robinhood wants to. I think Robinhood's terrified of a lawsuit at this point with the SEC, and Robinhood doesn't make a profit, remember? So if you go over here to Finviz, and we go over here to and this is as a shareholder of Robinhood. There we go. At least, you know what? I'm very much in the profit now. I'm thinking of selling my Robinhood shares now that I think about it, but I have an average of like $8 or something like that, so it's been working out pretty well for me so far. I used to be like a 10, then I moved to 9, then I moved to 8. Robinhood's losing. See, they're losing money. You can kind of see it over my head. Then you compare it to things like Coinbase. I want to buy that jacket. Right here, Coinbase losing money as well. But for whatever reason, I think because they're so much of a larger player, they're able to actually have solid gains here. So that comparison here, it's just, I don't know why. I thought Coinbase was actually making more money than this though too. Downgrade, this is in July. Damn, as soon as everybody came out with downgrades, every Bitcoin started to soar. Oh well, you wouldn't expect things like people like Barclays to actually understand anything about crypto though. They're an old institution. There we go. See, and here with my beer. How does taxes work while taking profits and scaling out? Seems like it'd be simpler to do the math with one big sell. It is simpler, but everybody has their own strategy, and it does come back to bite you in the butt when you do start to do different types of taxes. When my accountant guy does all my stuff. Basically, there's two types of tax structures right now that he really talks to me about. I'm not going to pretend to be some type of expert here on this subject. But there are short-term trades, different taxes for those, and there's like the longer-term holding trades, not retirement, but just holding for like a few months or something. They're taxed in different ways, so usually you can lump them all, as far as I understand. And the shorter time frame ones, how much profit you pay the taxes off that profit, and then you have the ones that are multi-month holds, you pay the taxes on those just a little bit differently. But really, it's just the profit from this, the profit from that, and you try to work it out. Again, I'm not going to pretend to be an expert on taxes. I hate taxes. I despise them. Or, doing them, I guess you could say. I guess they have a need. VPN will not work if they have anti-VPN and strict KYC. Yeah, I mean, I've been seeing a lot of exchanges that don't even do KYC, or what do they call it? What's it called? KYC option. So you have the option to do KYC and it unlocks some extra doors. Feel like you can pull more money out and things like that. Because I'm what you call an influencer, I talk about this stuff. I'm on YouTube. I'm always just gonna say don't use them as the formal stance of this channel. I don't care if you guys do, but I can't condone it, I guess you would say. Luckily, you guys as people can say, well, I don't care what you condone, I'm doing whatever I want. But yeah, I'm always worried about what may happen in regulation down the road, because you guys remember, I'm not going to go show you the scam videos that are out. Scam is starting to ramp up on YouTube as far as the fake videos, trying to get people to donate Bitcoin and things like that. There are a lot of bad actors that talk about cryptocurrency. How would I go forward in explaining this? You guys know there's just a lot of people out there who promote projects and the projects get rug pulled. I'm not really somebody that promotes projects. I will tell you what projects I like. I will go into research and help you do projects, and I'll say, oh yeah, I'd probably toss $100 to that. But nobody's paying me to say, hey, promote our project. I get a lot of those messages all the time through my email. I just ignore them. The only one I ever thought about doing was a video game, and they didn't offer me money, but they're like, hey, we would appreciate it if you can review our game. You don't have to do a video of playing our game, but we just want to say, hey, can you try this out and give us your thoughts as a YouTuber, how you think this would go with other YouTubers trying to play it. But it wouldn't have been, you guys would have never known, I guess, that I was actually playing the game, if that makes sense. That's the only one ever I almost did, but I ended up not doing it because I just flat out didn't have time. But cryptocurrency video games, I want to try and do more of those. I've had that ambition for a while, but man, video games are on cryptocurrency. They just don't seem to be as fun. There are a few that are okay. There are a few companies that are trying to make headway in this type of realm. For me, that's ooh, that could be a fun short right here. I think it was the Hello Labs token, that company. So they're getting pumped by influencers right now, Hello Labs, but that's because they're pretty much paying influencers to shield the token, and it's gone up quite a bit, I think. Hello Labs, it's number 348. Oh wow, so let's go over here and look for it very fast. It's on the wrong one. No, where's Hello Labs? I said 348. 348 out of, yeah. Here we go. Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic. Oh my god. Maybe it's gone up or it's down a little bit today. No, it's up there a little bit today. Maybe it popped up a little bit. You know what? I don't know, and I'm not going to try to find out I'm not going to take too much time to find it out. But remember, these guys are going crazy for influencers right now. So basically, they're making their own version of Shark Tank, and they have their own video game right now. It's Subway Surfers, but you earn cryptocurrency for it, stuff like that. But if you look at them, and you go right here, Crypto Wendy, a fake Mark Cuban. I'm sure all of these people have massive followers. Anthony Scaramucci, like why would he be there? But you just go to Crypto Winnie. I think she's probably the most recognizable out of these, perhaps. I'm not, so I'm an influencer. I know other influencers in the crypto space. I am not a cool, hip influencer that goes to all the cool, hip LA parties. A lot of these people are LA socialites that dabble in crypto, so to speak. You go over here to, here, best, pop that open so you guys can see what's happening with Bitcoin.
Welcome back to the O Show.
Oops, there you go. But Crypto Wendy, she has almost 200,000 subscribers. I bet she has a lot of Twitter followers and TikTok followers and stuff like that. She's posting all the time. She's considering why I'm considering leaving America. Heck, I've been saying that for a while, but I can't leave until 2025 now because I gotta watch my sister's damn cat. I have decided I'm most likely gonna move to Salinas, Ecuador, so that'll be fun. But basically, you know, she makes lots of content. Very simple content, just explaining her ideas, her thoughts, and being a fun personality, I guess, is her thing. You're not going to really see too many technicals, of course, on her channel, but heck, technicals are boring for a lot of people. But yeah, so, and then they are actively promoting Hello Labs. So, you know, I think Hello, they have a way to go. I'm going to start buying more of this token. The market cap is only 94 million. Earlier, the market cap earlier was just around like 25 million. So they've been doing well since the market started to pop in October. So I'm excited to see what happens next. I'm kind of just scared about like blending in with a company like that, because if anything happens to the company, who knows what these other people may be liable for. Maybe they didn't do anything wrong, you know, like a future thing, but you know, they'll still get sued all the same. And hey, Kygo, Binance is in trouble. Yes, they are. And, you know, people are still signing up to trade on Binance every now and again. People still want to have access to that liquidity. But at this point, like, I don't want Binance to fail at all. I think Binance is one of the most, if not the most important exchange. And I think the United States government should do all in its power while, you know, monitoring everything, not try to crush them as a corporation. And really the big issue is a lot of companies use this the information coming from Binance, like liquidation networks. A whole bunch of stuff is like just a lot of people use Binance basically. And you know, 70 to 80% of all the numbers you guys see on the right side of my screen, this is all data coming from Binance. So without that data, it becomes so much harder to use TradingView and other trading softwares out there. And you really don't want to, like, I don't want to rely on Coinbase's data all too much, or KuCoin's data maybe okay, but not the same. Binance is that data that I trust and I like to use for all my trading. I will use the Binance data on my computer TradingView software, and I will apply that to a Fairdesk chart or a Phoenix chart or a KuCoin chart or whatever. And, you know, I'll do my technical analysis off Binance charts. And of course, if I see something on the Binance chart that I don't see on the KuCoin chart just yet, it'll influence the way I mess with my KuCoin charts or any other charts out there. Well, I guess not KuCoin because it's not available in American anymore, but you get the idea here. Do I own any ILV? I don't think so. Let me see what ILV is. Nope, I do not. I would have had this starred, yeah. Smaller market cap, 123. Doesn't look too bad from the market cap perspective. Website. Just gonna get rid of a lot of these extra tabs I have on the top. Join the fight for Ethereum. Welcome to the world of Illuvium. Early access available now. So video game. Overworld. 0. This is like Clash of Clans. This is like RPG. Arena games. So maybe an NFT component with the Beyond section, I guess. Community. Twitter. So it's a video game, has a lot of followers. They joined October 2020. They're still posting right now. They have a sale launching soon, so they're still making a profit here. So yeah, or they're still making money. I don't know if it's a complete profit, but they're still making money right now. I would say, yeah, I mean, I'd toss in some money there. I'd probably have to do more research on it, but it seems like it's just like all about video games. They got ample following. They have a lot of subscribers, or followers, so to speak. I think it'd be an okay investment there. There you go, get rid of some of those. There you go. I need to buy some more of these tokens, but I think the problem with this one is, yeah, BitGet's no longer available. Mexi, Bitmark, CoinX, Coinstar. I don't even know what Coinstar is. Oh, and that was it. Oh no, OpenOcean right here. There's not as many places to buy it, which is why I'm hoping that Gate.io makes a US version, but I doubt it'll have as many spot opportunities. One of the reasons I want to move to Ecuador and Salinas, I guess, is because I don't want to be restricted in the ability for me to make money in cryptocurrency. One of the cool things about having access to a lot of these other exchanges, remember BitGet back in 2021 was a big sponsor of this channel. Oh, I won't say they paid me all too much, but they allowed me to do a bunch of contests with you guys, a bunch of like different events and things like that. So if you like not donate, but if you put money in your account, they give you like $20 or something like that, which is really cool because you can trade with it. You can kind of feel your way around the website or the exchange without putting your own money up, so to speak. But we're the options in America are becoming more and more limited. And for heaven's sakes, there are certain states that are way more restrictive than the average states in America too. So, you know, Texas and New York are way more restrictive. And so they have even more trouble getting into those lower market cap tokens. I guess that's why most people try to do the swaps and stuff like that. But I hate paying for gas fees and things like that. It really drives me nuts. And then you got to move those from Uniswap or SushiSwap or whatever over to an exchange. And that becomes even more troublesome. I just don't want to deal with it. That's why I'm looking at like Crypto Wendy moving from America. She might want to live somewhere more tropical or something, but I'm choosing Ecuador. And I'll go over here to Penthouse. Salinas. I can avoid a penthouse in Latin America. You might be surprised, but a lot of you can too. Hit search. I want a view of the ocean or the beach. There we go. I want to have a interior area of at least 150 meters. Alright. And I just want the last thing, I just want to make sure, oh, it says no, it is messing up, but residential lease, so I want to rent it. Will it fix itself? It did fix itself, okay. So this is 2,700 square feet, $920. It's 3 bedroom, 3 baths. I'd probably want something a little bit nicer than this because the view doesn't look too big. But you can see, you know, small penthouse. You can fix it up to whatever you want to do, but you're renting it. I don't know about that spiral staircase. I'm fat. I'd be rolling down that shit if I fell. But what do you call? Everything's furnished, which is what I like about a lot of these countries down there. And I can bring my dog, everything like that. Here's 3,700 square feet, $1,500 a month. That's not bad when you consider, you know, where I live now. You know, I don't know about that bed and stuff, but still, you know, it's not terrible. And, you know, I don't know, maybe lucky for me, I don't really watch TV and stuff, but this is perfectly fine for me. I'd have to get a new desk. I'd have to bring my computer down, stuff like that. My maid would be doing all of my stuff. I wouldn't be hassled at all. It's nice. But then you can go up to like the next stage here, like this is 1,700 square feet. So let's see. You know, got all that outside area, a view of the yacht club. You know, simple stuff. I'm gonna have to get all that stuff doggy proof though, so Loki's not gonna try to do anything dangerous over the outsides. But yeah, right. And I'd have my personal maid cooking all my meals, cleaning up after me because I can be a slob sometimes. And you know, nice, just simple life of recording, doing YouTube content. And while I can have a space like this, I could also have an office somewhere more downtown, and I could record my videos from those offices, which will make my life a lot easier at the same time. Or I could just, I guess, have one of the extra bedrooms because it's only going to be me and my dog over there. But let me see if here's a $2,500 a month one if I really wanted to go extravagant. Not something I'd say I would like to do, but a bar is kind of nice. These photos aren't nice. Oh, it's a multi-floor apartment. Oh, snap. Okay. Not bad. Oh, nice views though too. I swear yeah, not bad. Oh, is that a jacuzzi? Oh, that might be something. I don't know what the heck that is. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But yeah, so I wouldn't pay $2,500 a month for that though. But yeah, so it just seems much more logical for me to move somewhere else. And plus, I want to have some fun. I'm still relatively young. I'm not 30 yet. I want to travel around the world a little bit. It'd be a good hopping ground because I want to go over to Colombia a few times, see how that is. Panama, Nicaragua, Chile, Peru, Venezuela. If I'm lucky enough to get in there, a little dangerous, of course. And then you're looking at other countries like Uruguay and then Brazil. I wanted to try to go there a few times. The guy that's fixing up my flooded house over here, he's originally from Brazil, and he's like, you got to go there, man. It's awesome. And he says, if you got money, you're good. Just don't go there without money. But yeah, so there's lots of opportunities here. But again, it'd all be about the exchanges. I have different opportunities to make money, and I'm not restricted by the American government. Although I would probably still end up paying taxes to the American government. But I'm thinking of getting double residency, and depending on how I see everything in the future, probably trying to own some property in America, but really living the majority of my life down in South America. I just have to come up here to visit my grandparents, but I told my grandparents I'll pay for you guys to travel first class from Seattle all the way to Salinas, probably down to Manta or Guayaquil. From there, take a couple-hour road trip to visit me, but you know, I could hire a private car and all that type of stuff for them, so they felt nice and safe. You know how you have grandparents that are afraid of anywhere that's not America, like, oh my God, South America is crazy, it's all gunfire and stuff like that. And I'm like, well, have you seen Chicago? Have you seen some parts of Tacoma where I live? Or some parts of Seattle? Yeah, everybody has their bad spots. It's just that, you know, I guess I could afford to live in a very nice, comfortable residential area in another country where there's hardly any crime because they know not to mess with foreigners, and stuff like that. But I still got about a year and a half before I make that move. I was hoping to move next year actually, so it's really a bummer, but it'll be okay. How fast is the internet in Ecuador? About as fast as what I got now. Right now where I'm at, the max I can get is 1,000. But if you're in a city, downtown area, you can get the whatever you want to call it, the Ethernet cables and all that type of stuff running through there. They got fiber down there. That's what I should say. But yeah, it's fast or just as fast. Now, if I lived in downtown Tacoma, like I used to live in the downtown area, or if I lived in downtown Seattle, I can get some crazy, really, really crazy speeds. But I'm not living in the downtown area. I'm much more rural. Like, there are plenty of spots in Washington State where I live that have worse internet than your average spot in Ecuador. That's in the city area. So I'd be fine down there, but I would definitely have to double check that, I guess you would say, right? Once I get down that I'm visiting, I'd have to run a couple Ookla tests, and I'd ask my friends that live down there. Luckily, I have friends that live down in Ecuador. That's a big plus. So I kind of ask them questions like, oh yeah, he has the same data as me, except for their data is really cool. When I do Ookla speed tests, so my speed test is like 1,000 download and 40 upload, so to speak. Right now, I'm streaming a little bit, so that might take away a little bit of it, and I got the software running, but 920, 930, 40, something around that range, perfectly fine. I don't really download too many files, except for maybe it's a video game. I've been downloading a bunch of the Cyberpunk patches, and that's been taking up a lot of memory. This one's at 30 upload. Normally it's 40, but I am streaming at whatever I am right now, 4K quality, and that usually takes a good chunk of my my upload speed out of here. But basically down there, my friend showed it to me. He lives in Cuenca, and he had 500 download and 500 upload. So a little bit low on the download, but for me as a streamer, I don't really need download speeds all too much. 500 would be perfect for me. I mean, I don't care. The upload is what I realize as an influencer, YouTuber, whatever. That's what actually matters. What do you call? Upload speed matters a lot. Live like a king overseas? Exactly. Well, I'd be, what do you call it? I'd be able to live in a nice place. I'd be able to rent an office space on top of it. Although I guess I could rent an office space here, but it'd be much more expensive, obviously. And then from there, I'm hoping to actually build a staff that can support me with my YouTube channel so I can go more full time on it. And I'm hoping that I can start a few other channels just for fun. So you know how there's lots of TikTok videos of people in rural America pretty much burning stuff, like the iron ball versus something, or they roll an iron ball towards a bunch of glasses and they break something, you know, something like that. And I pretty much start a company that all they do is they farm out those cheap videos, and then basically from there I can make a small profit off of that, but it would kind of ingratiate myself within the community. And then I can put that towards the people that are working for me. I can send them off to college with part of that money, so they may pay part of it, but you know, they have a good chunk of their college paid for. And then from there, they can use their wisdom and what they learned in college to help me grow my company even further. And I mean, they might quit afterwards, who knows? But I'd take that chance on them, I guess, and see where it goes, you know, stuff like that. Because it's much easier to do good, I think, in other countries than it is in America. I've done humanitarian or work in Latin America for a long time, so I typically like it. I go to I've gone to humanitarian. Jesus, I've done humanitarian aid in Latin America more times than I've gone to like a freaking soup kitchen in America. Like I've tried to do soup kitchen work every now and again. There are so many rules and things that just annoy me, and I'm like, I don't really care for this. People are really like mean to me when I go over there, and I'm like, well, like, they have an attitude, but I'm like, just be grateful you get anything at all. And it's not like I'm the one that's, you know, withholding goods and stuff from them and things like that. So there's a level of greatness over there that I don't really get when I deal with people in need in Tacoma, Washington specifically. I've never done anything outside Tacoma, Washington, so maybe there's some nice communities out there, but Tacoma, I've gotten a lot of hate when I've gone out and done nice stuff, so I just stopped trying to do it. I just stopped trying to do it all over. And hey, the real transporter, I like the new photo. Or maybe it's new to me, but not new to you. Going to Peru in March. I like Peru a lot. I don't know much about the internet in Peru because I don't really have many friends that live there. There's a guy that I talk to a lot. He's a good friend of mine. His name is Avi Akbar. He has a friend and she lives in Peru. She just bought a house down there or a condo or something like that. And she says it's perfectly fine. She's a big TikTok influencer. So you don't really need to have a massive upload speed to upload videos on TikTok. But I think it's good enough for her to do her work. And if you're in the downtown metropolis areas of the capitals, you're perfectly fine. It's when you go more out to those rural villages and stuff, we have a much different, it's much more difficult, I guess you would say, because there's a lot of mountainous regions over there. Ecuador has some mountainous regions, but I'd be towards the coast, which is not really a problem there. Ecuador has a really mountain area as well, but they got to go out towards Cuenca and those zones. And hey, hello, hi. Bitcoin dumped so hard. Yeah, I mean, it dumped, but I mean, it's just part of the price action. We've seen it a lot. I mean, I wouldn't say it's anything to complain about just because you got to imagine, well, not imagine, but you have to understand how far Bitcoin came up in such a short amount of time. It was only a matter of time before it came back down to earth just a little bit. If anything, I think this move is healthy for the longer term prosperity of Bitcoin. Whenever Bitcoin goes parabolic like this, I'm never too concerned really. It's more of just like you got to have your proper precautions. So that's why we had talked about stop losses. I think every single day that I streamed since I came back to doing YouTube over the last few weeks, ever since I know my place flooded, I've been reminding you guys, like at the beginning of the stream, towards the end of the stream, just like subtly, not, it's like, hey, have your stop losses, have some type of alert system to let you know that something is crashing. Therefore, you can get out if you feel like your stop loss has been getting hit or something like that. I think that's definitely the way to go. As far as Bitcoin's concerned, these dips are just opportunities to buy for the long term, if you're asking me. Right now, I'm not buying anything because I'm kind of worried about what CPI will be tomorrow. So I'm basically just waiting to see, is CPI going to be hot tomorrow or cold? If CPI is cold, I'll probably be more likely to buy. If CPI is hot, like 3.3 or above, I'll be like, we might see Bitcoin come back down towards 38,000, 37,000, and then from there, it could probably ricochet back up. But I don't think it's going to be anything disastrous for Bitcoin in the long term here, or even in the medium term. I still think with the ETF announcements coming out relatively soon, within a matter of weeks here, I still think we're going to be fine. And hey, Ave, Americans ungrateful for real? I don't know. I've heard people feel like they told me that they have very rewarding experiences doing humanitarian stuff. Well, see, in Latin America, it's humanitarian aid work. Here, it's just, helping the needy or something. I don't know. It's characterized differently. I think it's okay. People like it. Some people don't. There is a whole level of greatness that comes with going over there. You also learn about the culture. They find a way to survive. And part of it isn't their fault, but part of it is the government kind of stopping them. Like, if you're homeless in a country over in Latin America, you can kind of build some type of shanty house because there's some type of really cheap, affordable house. It's not going to be good. It's not going to be great. It's going to be nothing you guys want to live in, but it's something where they have a roof over their head and they're able to just live and they're able to contribute to society somehow. In America, that opportunity to contribute to society isn't really there for them, and so they have a tent or a tarp, and it's like there's no benefit. Like, they're not benefiting society anyway. It's kind of a drawdown only. Over there, they're farmers that just happen to be poor. It's much different. You can see they're doing hard work every day. They're trying to get by. They have stories of going up to America and then realizing how expensive an avocado is and like, holy shit, right? I don't know. I'm also part Hispanic, so I get along a lot with Hispanics. They call me Miguelito because it means little Michael, but of course I'm a bigger guy, so that's the joke. But yeah. Let's see. Most people don't understand the concept of buying the dip. It's all about buying the digital assets when the prices are down and selling off when the prices rise. Thus, holding is very profitable. Yeah, I mean, not everybody wants to hold, and it's unfortunate, but that's the way the cookie crumbles, so to speak. I think people just have to go through a cycle, then they learn. But at the same time, people aren't always dollar cost averaging. Sometimes they don't. How do I explain it? I had a friend in 2021 who was trying to play the bull market and the bear market and stuff like this. Maybe it's closer to 2020 actually. And he was just getting into cryptocurrency. But he had this bad habit of investing too much at once. And so as soon as he saw the market start to dip, he would freak out and sell. Or he kind of really had a lot of problems, didn't he, when it comes to trading. But the more realistic one, or not realistic, but the one that I resonated with, because I used to, I grew up in the ghetto, not really the best circumstances. He would invest, but then he realized he invested too much in crypto because he was too optimistic. And he didn't realize, like, oh, now I need money for rent. So he would have to sell some of his Bitcoin or his Ethereum or whatever. I don't know exactly what tokens he bought, but he'd have to sell some of it in order to cover the rent. And then, he would mess up his psychological trading because, he'd be selling low because you need rent. Who knows what the price of Bitcoin will be? It'll be up or down or whatever. So usually the best thing you do is just remember, properly budget yourself first and make sure you know exactly how much you can afford to put into cryptocurrency for dollar cost averaging. During this Bitcoin bear market, I put a lot of money in dollar cost averaging when it came to crypto. But, last year when the stock market was crashing, I ended up doing just these large, massive buy-ins at these massive crash points, and that was my own dollar cost averaging. But, Bitcoin, it's like $100 a week, or Ethereum about $200 a week, or Dogecoin $5 a week, or I don't know what, it could be anything really. But when it came to the stock market, I was like, well, we have a big crash. Let's toss in $500 in here. Facebook just crashed even more because they're still in trouble. Now they're down like 80% for the year. Oh yeah, let's buy up like $10,000 with a Facebook share. That type of stuff. I'm more willing to do that because it's stocks. Facebook's not going anywhere. With cryptocurrency, it's a long-term thing. Most people don't want to wait for that long term. But like if you bought Bitcoin at $20,000 right now it's at $40,000, you're up over 100%. But you might have had to wait a year. People think that you're supposed to be able to make 100% every freaking month for some reason. And that's just not the way cryptocurrency works. Now, if you get lucky and get a low market cap token that takes off, then you're up a few thousand%. But that is rare. So if I were to go over here to coinmarketcap.com, let's go to page 2. Year to date. You got some that are up 800%, 600% year to date, 560%, 400%, stuff like that. You got a lot that have had some really nice gains. However, there are also some that are down 46%, down 22%, down 22%. But you had to wait a while for that. You definitely had to wait a while for you to get those gains. And not everybody can wait. And that, people will eventually learn to wait, but it takes time for people. What do you call it? Let's see right here. Thoughts on Benki? Let's see. I can't copy that, so let me just go here. Ben. $144 million market cap. It is a small market cap. You're correct. Website. What do they do? The Web3 and DeFi protocol for all. Lend and borrow, liquid staking, ignite, docs. Stake AVAX and earn. Seriously, user. DeFi. Lend, borrow, and earn with crypto. So, okay, it's only for Avalanche, okay. So this will probably follow Avalanche as it goes up and as it goes down. Ignite and AVAX. So they're still getting some work done. I'd probably say keep an eye on AVAX. So this is probably one of those coins like a Doge on Mars to Dogecoin, or another SHIB token compared to SHIB, so to speak. I think it'd be fine to toss some money in there, but it would be a dollar cost averaging, slow grind type of thing until one day it just pops during altcoin season. But that's a play that I wouldn't trade day to day. It's a play that I would buy, dollar cost average, and sell whenever you feel like Bitcoin's had getting close to the end of the cycle and you see altcoins really tearing up as Bitcoin kind of consolidates on a weekly basis. And what's right here? There you go, not too bad. But okay, I think I'm going to end the stream right here. I told you guys it's going to be like an hour long. Right now it looks like Bitcoin wants to consolidate. I'm going to go let Loki out to use the bathroom. He's looking at me like, hey, I want to use the bathroom. Things are fine. We talked about possibly Bitcoin actually coming back down, and it did, although I hoped it might have to make one more pop before coming back down. Relax. If for whatever reason Bitcoin crashes tonight, I'll hop back on and do another, like a third stream for the day. But I think really the big thing that you guys have to be more concerned about is not so much Bitcoin crashing tonight. Let's hope it doesn't. but it's really just looking at the CPI early tomorrow morning. It's coming at CPI data comes out tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. Eastern time. We'll see how it works out, and if it's cold or hot, I'll be here to kind of talk with you guys about it more in the afternoon hours. And then if I can, I'll probably try to stream twice. Once around noon tomorrow Pacific time, and then once around 6 o'clock Pacific time as well. I don't think I have much to do tomorrow besides maybe going to the park and stuff in the morning with Loki. But after that, I think we should be good to go, okay? But let me know if you have any questions tomorrow or during the stream, or if you guys have any concerns and stuff like that. I'd be happy to help you guys out. And thanks, guys, and have a great rest of your day. Thanks, Monster. I appreciate it.